They could still have it. Aether Treachery steals what? Ethereal Absolution? Oh, because they have Ethereal Absolution, it just killed him. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and we are playing a deck built around Offspring's Revenge. And so I called it an Offspring's Dabble because we built this one on stream. I'm actually going to be streaming this one live today, but with emotes only on. So if you see those popping up, that's why. I just wanted to try something a little bit different here. I don't like doing streams where I'm talking and everything to chat for YouTube videos because it just doesn't feel like it's like made for YouTube for you guys. And so I want to do it this way where I can still hop on. If you guys want to catch stream videos earlier, the day early or a couple days early, go ahead and follow me on Twitch, and I'll be streaming or recording a few of them here, not all of them, but I'm going to go ahead and just try this out. But we're doing emotes only today, so you might see those pop up. Anyway, so Offspring's Revenge, 5 mana cost enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile target red, white, or black creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 1/1. It gains haste until your next turn. And so we do get to create the copy of that token, and it gets to stay on the battlefield, which is really nice, and it gains haste the turn it comes out. And so what we want to do is we want to do some broken things like Embodiment of Agonies, which is typically a 0/0, but it has an ability when it enters the battlefield, it enters with a number of +1/+1 counters on it. And so instead of being a 0/0, it becomes a possibly 9/9 with haste. We can definitely make that with Embodiment of Agony. So on turn 5, we can play Offspring's Revenge. This comes out immediately, so if we have a bunch of our creatures that went to the graveyard, either from our Mire Triton, or we're just playing kind of an aggressive deck, and things tend to die in aggressive decks, we will have our graveyard a little bit full. We can then reanimate an Embodiment of Agonies, our Oathsworn Knight, which is also a 0/0. It comes out as a 5/5 with haste that prevents all damage dealt to it. It's pretty good. And also, especially once it's a 1/1, it's kind of unkillable unless you like destroy it. You can't kill it with damage. And so it's kind of nice once you have Offspring's Revenge, take it back. And otherwise, we're just playing a bunch of ways to be able to play a semi-mid-rangey kind of aggro deck where we have a payoff at the top end on 5 mana cost while still playing a really creature-heavy deck. So it's a little bit of a funky deck, but I really like the way that it plays out. We tested it out the other day, and I just kind of threw a bunch of cards together. We were going to make some changes, and then I ended up just loving what we had. And so I do think you could add a little bit more interaction to this deck, like maybe some Murderous Riders, maybe some other more just like removal, especially these types of removals that are multiple colors, because then our embodiment of Agonies can get even bigger. So what we want to do here is basically in the early game have some really good creatures that are great to bring back with Offspring's Revenge. Serrated Scorpion, when it dies, it'll do 2 damage and we gain 2 life. A very aggressive play. Same thing with Footlight Fiend. We get to deal 1 damage to anything, oftentimes trading off with something a little bit bigger than itself. And if it goes to graveyard, great, that's fine. We hopefully get in for 2 points of damage or something like that, and then we can bring it back later if we don't have anything else to hit. Charming Prince helps us scry into our Offspring's Revenge, helps us scry into our lands so that we can be hitting 5 lands. We're running 24 lands in this deck, and I feel like that fits pretty well for what we're going to. We're not really wanting to play Offspring's Revenge right on turn 5. A lot of times we're wanting to get more creatures out and then have more things kind of hit as we go along, and so that's not too shabby. And then Mire Triton fills our graveyard a little bit for us, so we can get all of our different creatures into the battlefield, or into the graveyard, so then Offspring's Revenge actually can be useful if we do hit it on turn 5. And then Dreadhorde Butcher, it's just really good. It comes in as a 1/1 haste. It gets a lot of value when it dies. Same type of thing as Footlight Fiend, and it can just become bigger. Like there's no downside for this coming back as a 1/1 with Offspring's Revenge, so it's perfect for what we're trying to do here. Then we already talked about Embodiment of Agonies, Oathsworn Knight, and then we have Krenko, which is just, I just love Krenko. I mean, if it comes out as a 1/1, it immediately gets a counter because it has haste, so we can get that there. We have Luris to help us grab all of the things that are on the kind of lower end. If it does get milled over, fine. If we mill a bunch of other things over and we're kind of stuck on lands, we still have at least a payoff. So this is kind of like our 4th copy of Offspring's Revenge for at least all of our lower costed things. I was debating on even playing like a few more of this and play like Mire Triton and stuff, but I just didn't feel like it fit into the deck just yet. And the same type of thing with Judith. Judith is just, it's really powerful. It's really good whenever things die and we're okay with swinging a little bit more aggressively, to have this kind of go in and do good stuff. Oh, hey, we got my little guy here. What's up? Oh, goodness gracious. Last couple of cards here. We have Mortify for some good removal. Again, I think that we could probably find a few more slots for removal in this deck, but I really wanted to showcase kind of just the fun stuff here. My goodness, dude. That's fine, all right. Nightmare Shepherd, again, probably our 5th copy of Offspring's Revenge with Luris and this. It does basically the same thing, just doesn't get haste. But I wanted to showcase the Offspring's Revenge. Scampering Scorcher, it's just good. If it comes back, it creates some bodies for us. It can swing in and die and then do it again. Taste of Karlov, all of our tokens, which this creates tokens for us, have Vigilance and Lifelink. I feel like it was a decent one-up that can come back fairly easy for us. And having death triggers, because we do have a few death triggers in the deck, it's at least worth having. And then King Caesar, just because it has double strike and awesomeness. And then Kyrie Knight. Okay, we probably ought to have you go, buddy. You're gonna say goodbye to YouTube, to the stream and everything. So thanks so much for hopping on, everybody. Goodbye. We're going first, but all we have is Judith with this hand. We can hopefully draw into more stuff. Like if this dies, and Bonding Magnes doesn't do anything, but Mortify hits so many things in this format that we should be able to play it and at least get it out as a Death Toucher. We're just gonna draw an amazing few cards. No lands, like I typically do, just really good stuff. That's how this is gonna work. In case you guys were wondering, that's how this goes from here on out. Just really good draws. Amazing. Okay. I mean, with all the lands we got, it's not a bad draw. It's not a bad one. Why did I shock myself? I definitely meant to press the other one. Sometimes when I'm not paying attention, I mix up which ones they are. And now they're gonna be thinking like, yeah, no, I had nothing. Totally nothing there. I guess we put out Serrated Scorpion. Hope for another 1-drop with Judith. Like, I don't want to just force out Judith against what they just shocked out as well. So, Scorpion. Actually, I should have played Judith here because then we can Mortify and Scorpion on the next turn. That was a pun. Just anticipate. Okay. We're holding up 2 mana again, so now we're really making him think, though. Like, so I'm just trying to play the mind games here, guys. That's all this is about. Watch us never find the 2 other lands for Ethereal Absolution now. Now they ask for no lands. Like, we're not going to find them for forever. I mean, I do want other things more. Oh, all right. So we're up against Winota. So no lands, no nothing. So we can play Judith out, play out land, and then we have to hold up Mortify for next turn to kill the Winota. That dang Winota. Ethereal Absolution actually pretty good against all the 1/1s they end up creating as well. Like, we could just try to keep all the bigger non-creature spells off the board. Okay, plays Legion War Boss. Okay, we do block. Justice Strike. That is the perfect draw there. Ooh. Okay, now we only have a little bit of removal in this deck, like at all. So I can Mortify and kill Fires of Invention, or I can hold it up for Winota. So let's go ahead and swing in, and then I'll think on the second main phase. I mean, killing Fires of Invention seems good, but they have nothing on board. So like Winota doesn't do much right away. And if they do have like 1-drops, we can maybe even Ethereal Absolution and kill all their 1-drops. So I mean, if they have another Legion War Boss into Winota, we're in a lot of trouble. But we're a lot better off than if they played them all the same turn. So, yeah. They could just have multiple Winotas. All right, Legion War Boss. Swing Jan. Okay, give me land. That's a land. That is a land. Alrighty then. Alright, Ethereal Absolution. Your Legion War Boss stinks now. If they do get to Agent of Treachery and just steal this, I mean, that's terrible. Oh, that's awful. Alright, this feels like Raise the Alarm, which does nothing. I think we just have to go aggro, try to get their life total down. If we do find like Offspring's Revenge and are attacking aggressive. Oh, for the rude. They traded? Ooh, I'm actually kind of okay with that. That also means they don't have Winota. And they're probably going to be trying to find ways to deal with Ethereal Absolution. Oh my gosh, how many of these guys did you draw? That is a lot and a half. So they know another one's coming out. Ooh, Offspring's Revenge. We get Judith back as a 1/1. I think I'm going to go with Ethereal Absolution. They probably have like another Brazen Borrower. That's what it feels like. Kill their dude. But keep pressuring their life total. They could just block it if they have another Brazen Borrower, which getting the 2 points of damage isn't terrible. Getting this into the graveyard for Offspring's Revenge also isn't terrible. And also for like Embodiment of Agonies. Which we honestly, we want this out hasty soon. We'll say no attacks. Pass the turn. That's not a terrible play, but just having it as a blocker is not terrible. Oh, they had no Winotas, no Brazen Borrowers. They got nothing. Oh, okay then. All right, Offspring's Revenge. Yeah, that's what we're playing. Honestly, I was wondering how good this could be with Winota, because you could kind of fill stuff into the graveyard. You don't even get a May ability. You will exile everything and do it. All right, I mean, we're going to swing in. Swing in for 5. If they have a Brazen Borrower to trade off with Judith again, I'm fine with it. So it still does trade off because it will die. And then we get to hit Legion War Boss. If they kill Serrated Scorpion, we just get back Serrated Scorpion for the next turn. You can, this does get double creatures as well, so I mean that's also not a terrible thing. A Brazen Borrower comes out, they get 1 hit. Okay, so this looks like they found Winota, or they're just like hoping that they did. No Winota, oh my goodness. Sorry guys. I'm such a goof. All right, I mean kill half their board, okay. Ethereal Absolution is still just a really good card. Swing in for 5. They just have more Brazen Borrowers. All right, I think we just swing in for 3 this turn. If they block... Yeah, nothing in the graveyard. That has been the issue here is we've not really found ways to fill the graveyard too much. Like, at all. We still get to do 3 points of damage even if you block. Alright. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we're going to kill Legion War Boss for sure. No Winota's up in here. Alright, they could still have it. Agent Treachery steals what? Ethereal Absolution? Alright, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. And then we go Embodiment of Agonies. Let's go ahead and cycle first. Castle Locthwain. I mean, this does present lethal. They could have another Agent of Treachery. Oh, because they have Ethereal Absolution, it just killed him. Oh, goodness. Okay, that was... Oh, man, that was a great way to end it. Oh, man. Because they stole Ethereal Absolution, they died. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a 1000 IQ play on my part. I knew they would go for it. I knew that that's what would happen. We got really lucky that they didn't draw into a lot of things there, but man, that was awesome. Oh, that's good. All right, up against J Sharp, and we have 2 straight Scorpions, pretty good early game, and I keep any hand with a Krenko that I can potentially play because it just makes me happy. Because Krenko, come on. We're mulligan down to 5. Let's see if they do keep. All right, we have a game. The game is on. And I do like all of these 1-ups. I just think is a really fun way to play. Ooh, and I like straight Scorpion against that. Do we fill our graveyard this turn and shock ourselves? I feel like this is going to be an aggro deck, so we do kind of gain life back with Triton. So if we mill over lands, I'm going to be angry. Let's go straight Scorpion. Swing him in. This is a great start up against a Cavalcade of Calamity deck. If these guys do end up dying, we gain 2 life. If they're just swinging in, we get to kill these guys all day long. And that makes me happy. Oh, and we get Krenko. Oh, please don't kill it. Actually, Oathsworn Knight's also not bad here. It's the perfect blocker against Cavalcade of Calamity. The issue here is if they have the flyer. Krenko with Teysa, though, seems really good. So let's go ahead and try that out. Down to 17 past the turn. Because if we do get to give all of our tokens... Ooh. All right, no mana up for removal, so they're going to swing in aggressively. We'll kill this one. Okay, please give me white mana for Teysa. That's not what I asked for. All right, Oathsworn Knight, it's a really good blocker for the first turn. I guess we'll hold back a straight Scorpion. We want to kill multiple, so it's not worth swinging in. They only have 1 card left. Krenko creates a bunch of... Oh, I guess Krenko creates a lot of blockers, so we didn't have to worry about it. Down to 14 past the turn. Another Forbidden Friendship. And we get to kill every one of these guys that are attacking. I'm fine with that. Alright, block, 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 and block. Oh yeah. Okay, Footlight Fiend. Mire Triton. Swing him in. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, if there was white mana right there. Dude, Krenko. Oh, I love Krenko so much. Whenever it doesn't die right away, which most of the time it does die right away, but whenever it doesn't, it is just, it's the best. Oh, protection from white. Oh no. Alright, well, we will block here. Get rid of a... Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, get rid of another blocker. We should swing in for the win. Oh, that was a kind of a rough matchup for them, but that was fun. All right, up against Wobbuffet, bringing on Wobbuffet, and this kind of showcases the different hands you can have with this deck, where last time was crazy aggro, and then this one, we're kind of going for like, trying to get to Offspring's Revenge. We get a Mortify. We'll probably just sacrifice our Charming Prince at some point, be able to bring it back for its scries and life gain and stuff. Scampering Scorcher to fill the board. Like, this is not a bad hand at all, so we'll keep this. Mortify kills so many things in the format right now, too. Are we up against the same deck? I mean, okay. Play the Triome, pass the turn. All right, and we'll play out Charming Prince. Okay, this is just mono red then. Do we need a scry here, or do we just want to gain life? Just to slow the game down a little bit more, we can block some stuff. Setting up our draws could be nice, but I'm kind of okay as long as we don't hit any more lands. I'm just going to gain the life. All right. He's getting stompy and such. Stealing our stuff. Ethereal Absolution. Well, luckily he's not ever going to play that, probably. All right, pass the turn. Let's see what we can hit. If they play Annex, we will mortify it. If they just go to combat, though, we probably kill Robert the Rich. Yeah. Slow them down a wee bit. If they do have land into other stuff, that's still fine. Okay, Scampering Scorcher creates a lot of blockers for us next turn. And then Offspring's Revenge for the next turn lets us bring this back. So that'll be sweet. We do get to play this untapped. So yeah, we'll do that. We have hit more lands than I wanted. Like a few more than would be great. No attacks past the turn. We do get Charming Prince and Scampering Scorcher. All right, yeah, this is... I'm actually pretty okay with this. So we'll double block onto the Grim Initiate. Oh, they create 2 bodies that way. I think it's better just to take it. Actually, you know what? We'll triple block here. They probably have Embercleave. Hopefully not. Yeah, okay. They always got it. Everyone's always got the Embercleave. That's cool and all. It's really not very cool. Down to 6. I mean, I feel like we had a shot if we did not have that just happen. Offspring's Revenge. Charming Prince. I'm just going to scry to see what we hit here instead of getting live, because there's no way we have enough. Yeah, okay. Well, good game. Good game. Oh, man. I think if they did not have Embercleave, which, I mean, Mono Red always has Embercleave, but if they didn't, we could have had a shot there. All right, up against Philippe. And, yeah, we'll keep this. I don't want to play this. I mean, good early game stuff. We could just get Embodiment of Agony's pretty big. Like, if this comes out as a 4/4 for 3, is not too shabby. That can close out games pretty well as a Death Touching flyer. Let's go with Swamp first, Footlight Fiend. 2 tap lands for turn 3 and 4 are a little bit awkward. But I think I will play out Mire Triton right away and just try to get in as much damage with these early creatures as possible. Ooh, untapped land. How about that? Actually, we are done drawing lands now. No more lands. All the lands are gone, and the sky is gray. Okay. All right, some pretty good stuff to the graveyard. So now we're not going to bring out Embodiment of Agonies too quickly because we want to actually hold it back and get a little bit more value out of it. As a 2/2, it's going to die to Deafening Clarion very easily. These guys can put on enough pressure that we can at least get the game going to late game here a little bit. I'm not sure how well we do against a late game deck. This is a bit more like... I feel like this deck does pretty well against creature decks. Ooh. A Krenko, you say? Dude, I just always get so excited about Krenko. I should always just play one Krenko in every deck and like splash it in different colors just so I can be this happy every once in a while. Yeah, we do kill Narset while we can. Pass the turn.
Train harder.
This would be a pretty good turn for a board wipe or something. Birth of Militus. The nice thing is that Krenko does get around Birth of Militus pretty well. And again, we're kind of fine with stuff dying because I'm just rude like that. So enters tapped, swing face, and then we'll Krenko. Crank out the Krenko. They keep holding up 2 mana. I'm hoping it's just Omen of the Seas. I don't think they're playing Quenches. Quench might be worth playing in this format though, because it does like just the occasional time you might be able to like kill Wilderness Reclamation stuff, Fires of Invention. Being able to hold up 2 mana is like one of the best ways to play in best of 1 just to answer that. And so I could see people playing at least 2 of in just about any blue deck. At the same time, they could not. Teferi for the Krenko. Oh, that's rude.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
That is pretty excellent.
I'll protect you.
He's right. It's the truth. All right. Let's go ahead and swing both of these in at Teferi.
Only
Maybe I should have swung Mire Triton at face, but meh. Or they would have just saved the Teferi. Alright, so play Kranko, holding a mana for Quench, Charming Prince. Again, we're kind of okay with stuff dies, so we can get a really big embodiment of Agonies. It could just help us out. We could even blink Mire Triton, but I think we scry here. Yeah, that was a good scry. Definitely don't want those. Yes! Alright, up to 19. I mean, we're not doing a whole lot of great stuff here, but... Huh. Why does Control always have like 500 of these? I swear, I've never seen Control not have 2 Teferis at least in a game. All right, losing all of our graveyard is really annoying. We could kill Ashiok and Teferi here. And then we could go for Ethereal Absolution on the next turn. Okay, so I think we do this. 1, 2 at Teferi. 1, 2. So no matter which one's hit, we kill Ashiok. They gotta keep this guy around, but that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Is it fine? I'm hoping it's fine.
It's only a matter of time.
We don't really get to create a lot of creatures or a lot of spirits if they don't have creatures in their graveyard, unfortunately. Yorin can come down, draw him a couple cards here. That might be worthwhile for them. Ashiok with Yorion is kind of interesting as well. You could mill quite a bit this way. Alright. Exiles are fun stuff. No more fun. Okay, Mortify, Elspeth Conquers Death. Or they can bring stuff back. Kranko, swing in with the team. Alright, we're finally hitting face and getting him below the spending life total. Yes! Down to 16. Yeah! I mean, if they don't have board wipe, this is great. If they do have board wipe, we get a 5/5 Embodiment of Agonies, and then follow up with Ethereal Absolution. And hopefully that can actually close out the game. Alright, they do Shatter. We get 1 point of damage. Man, all of the land. We don't want any more of those. Never again! Alright, pass the turn. It's a 6/6 with Castle and Breath. 7/7 eventually. Oh no. Alright, they always have everything. Always have it all. Well, we can make... Seriously? I don't think I have a Castle Vantress either here. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Let's go... I mean, Ethereal Absolution, I guess, is what we're doing. With their whole deck that doesn't have creatures. Can we... This only exiles stuff from opponent's graveyard, right? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, Elspeth Conquers Death comes back. That one's over. Ooh. Rough. Up against Shu Kurasu. Kurausu? I have no clue how to say that. Yeah, we'll keep this. Turn 2 Dreadhorde Butcher is always pretty solid. Can potentially be awesome. If stuff dies, and Bottom of Agony seems awesome as well. Just a lot of awesome here. Even King Caesar, like, just as a 4/4 is really good. Putting it onto a Dreadhorde Butcher seems really, really good. Order the Flyer here. Ooh, that sounds really, really good. Did I mention the sound of it? It's really good. Alright, Dreadhorde Butcher, swing in. They're probably wondering why we're not playing Lurrus with this hand. Okay, Life's Bounty. I think we just kill that with Mortify. We'll actually even destroy an artifact. Or sorry, an enchantment. I think just growing the Dreadhorde Butcher is the best here. Yeah, destroying the enchantment, not a creature. Because once Dreadhorde Butcher gets to like 4 or 5, it's so hard to deal with unless you have the perfect removal for it. That's cool. Alright, Bottom of Agonies gets a little bit bigger, and then we have King Caesar on the next turn. Alright, so swing in. Okay, please no more removal for Embodiment of Agonies. Please, oh please. I would love to be able to swing in with a 5/5 double strike next turn. That would be really good. Just play something else. Do it. Do something else. Alright, that's fine. That is totally fine. Alright. Can't cast spells from graveyards. Creatures in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. That actually, we get around that with Offspring's Revenge. So that's totally fine. So King Caesar onto Embodiment of Agonies. I will put it over. Yeah, we'll kill that. Swing in, swing in. Oh, that's good. Okay, down to 3. I mean, if they have board wipe here, that's annoying. That felt like an, maybe like an Athreos deck. Athreos, I guess, doesn't work with that guy, though. Up against the Corrupted, we have Mire Triton into Embodiment of Agonies. Hopefully, I mean, we have our colors. This can be a pretty good hand, so we're going to go ahead and keep it. We just have to hit lands. Embodiment of Agonies can be okay against this deck. We'll see. Witch's Oven. Oh, yay. Ooh, Charming Prince. All right. We are going to scry 2 instead. Try to hit those lands. Land and Nightmare Shepherd. I think we just have to have land. We'll probably just play Oathsworn Knight for next turn, which is a pretty good blocker against all their stuff they're doing. Although it dies to the cat. Yeah. Just keep it on top. Nightmare Shepherd has to go to the bottom, though. Unfortunately. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Okay, Oathsworn Knight, swing in with Charming Prince. Man, Priest of Forgotten Gods is really annoying. Hopefully we can get to lands for Cavalier's Knight, just to get rid of that, and then try to find a way to get rid of Lurrus. Did I mention at the beginning that we probably need a bit more interaction with this deck? I just had to fit in all the fun stuff. That's the issue with fitting all the fun stuff in, is that you don't have quite as good of cards. Nothing else. Wow. Not a land, but we found our Offspring's Revenge. Yes. Alright, well, we have to attack, so we will. Hitting for 6. I mean, that's not a small amount of damage. We could go for Lurrus here. Mire Triton, mill over the lands that we want. Probably. But then that at least turns on Embodiment of Agonies and something to play with Lurrus. Lurrus is better if you can do something the turn it comes out. But it is a bigger swinger. Alright, 2 non-lands. That's good. That's great. We love it. It's the best. Finds red mana, probably. Let's see if this is... yeah, Rakdos or Orzhov. It is Rakdos. Ooh, hey, that's rude. That's not nice. Roxa, okay. We're gonna kill something of ours as well. Or the rude. So we already have a Charming Prince, and so we will sacrifice the Mire Triton. And I think we could try to go a little bit aggro here. So sacrifice Mire Triton. They probably bring out Lurrus. Claim the Firstborn. Alright, we just need to go land. Land is grand. We like it lots. Discarding... oh... I guess Cavalier of Night. We can still get its ability with Offspring's Revenge. That's not what we wanted. Alright, they can also take this with... another Claim the Firstborn. But I guess we go Embodiment of Agonies. Dude, where's the lands, bruh? Alright, so again, down to 10. We have them at a low enough life total that like we're in the game, but I feel like this is one of those where it's like they're still ahead, because if we don't draw any lands, we just can't do anything we're trying to be doing. If we get to Offspring's Revenge, we get to create an extra creature every turn, and bigger, better ones sometimes. And that's nice. I like bigger and better. I'm just weird like that. Okay, Croxa, we will drop an Offspring's Revenge. A sack Charming Prince. We have to keep playing out creatures to deal with that fella. We're also discarding every turn, so if we find land, we'll probably end up losing this Offspring's Revenge. So here's the question. We're probably losing Offspring's Revenge. Do I feel like Lurrus is actually going to get us to a point where we can win? With Charming Princes and Mire Tritons, it is possible. We know Croxa is coming back next turn with Lurrus, most likely. Lurrus, Croxa, sack with Priest of Forgotten Gods. We don't have a 1-drop. They get to gain 2 life at any point here. So swing in, bring them down to 6. All right, this is an interesting one. Lurrus, if Lurrus survives a turn, we get to just start casting things out again, hopefully hitting enough good stuff that we can win eventually. I do feel like Crox is coming out though, so if land is on top, Offspring's Revenge, having that out, they can't interact with it at all. We get to start bringing back any of our creatures as 1/1s, but I mean, they'll be bigger. That's a tough choice. Like if I guess we can run into more Offspring's Revenges. This is the best thing that we've got. Maybe they try to prioritize like removal instead of going for this instead. It's sad, but that's like our hope right now. And we almost want Embodiment of Agonies more because it's an actual finisher for us. If we can keep hitting creatures. Yeah, we really need interaction with this Priest of Forgotten Gods. Okay, they play their own Lurrus, they play Croxa. Yep. That's what was foretold. Okay, play Croxa. I'm assuming we sat with Priest. We will drop Embodiment of Agonies, swing in with Lurrus, bring him down to... they'll gain 2. I mean, Embodiment of Agonies, this is where we want it to be. The issue is that we are discarding with Croxa still. Yeah. 2 mana for the Heartless Act. Sorry, I'm always a pessimist whenever I'm playing against this deck because I've learned that's the right way. Oh, for the rude. Bruh. Alright, let's go with... I think that having better top decks is better here, so go Charming Prince. He can exile 2 more things, but we can also have it be sacrificed, and that's fine. So, auto pay. I guess I should have tapped red mana. Okay, scry 2. It has to be like Offspring's Revenge or something better here, or removal. Okay, cannot attack in against Lurrus now, so pass the turn. Again, we're not out of this game. We still have a shot. It's just, oh man, they're gonna gain 2 life a turn, basically. I do think still, if we get to Offspring's Revenge, like the man, they're gonna exile things every turn though. Embodiment of Agonies can be very big swinger. All the depth. Oh man, so good. Okay, get a sacrifice in response to the Kroxa trigger. We take 3. And then they get to play it again. We take 3 more. We take 2. 2. We're gonna drop down to like 2 on this turn. Sacrifice Charming Prince. If they kept red mana, they also could just replay a Kroxa. So yeah, down to 5. So Kroxa brings us down to 2. They swing in for lethal, so they technically have the game here. I mean, I guess we gain 3 life, so not quite. And if we find Offspring's Revenge, like I'm sticking in this just to see if we find the 3rd one off the top. Swings in. We will absolutely kill Luris. Oh, and then they sack in response. Alright, good game. Right. Alrighty then. Alright, so there you guys have it with Offspring's Revenge. Super fun card. We didn't see it that many times, didn't get it out that many times, but the time we did, oh my goodness, so fun. And yeah, I think this is a really fun card. I do think that we can tweak this deck up a little bit, maybe have a bit more interaction than just 2 pieces of removal. I mean, King Caesar counts, Footlight Fiends, it did kill things, Judith killed things. I mean, so like, we do have more interaction in the deck just with our creatures, and that's kind of the way I was trying to play it here, but I feel like we could use a little more interaction for sure. So anyway, if you guys like the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.